Hey guys, what's going on? It's MJQA coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome question just been sent in. The question is, should you weigh your food cooked or should you weigh your food raw? Should you weigh the food that you're preparing as part of your diet when you're trying to figure out how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fat is in that particular food? Should you make that weight and should you make that calculation on raw food or should you make that calculation on food once it's been cooked? It's a fantastic question and it's puzzled people in the fitness community, our fit fam, for years and years and even decades. And look, the answer to the question is quite an interesting answer. Generally speaking, and this is what all of us do at Team MassiveJoes, generally speaking, you want to weigh your whole food sources of protein that are in meat form. So your chicken, your steak, your fish, any whole food source of protein that comes from meat, you want to weigh that after it's been cooked. You want to weigh it after it's been cooked in the pan or baked in the oven or grilled on the grill, on the barbecue during a cookout, man. You want to weigh those whole food sources of protein after they've been cooked. Everything else, so all other sources of protein, your sources of carbohydrates, your sources of fats, you want to weigh those raw. So you want to weigh those before they've been cooked. You want to weigh your rice before you throw it in the rice cooker and add a certain amount of water that's going to affect the weight. You want to weigh your oats before you've added water and chucked them in the microwave or the saucepan and cooked them up and varied that weight based on the amount of water. That is the general answer to this question. So whole food sources of protein that are in meat form, some kind of meat, you weigh them cooked. Everything else you weigh raw. Now, viewers at home, there are some exceptions, and that's why I say it's the general rule. The best thing to do is whatever guide you are using to reference the macronutrient content of the food that you're trying to figure out what's in, whether it be My Calorie King, MyFitnessPal, CalorieKing.com, or the Calorie King app, or the MyFitnessPal app, or whatever you're using to figure out what macronutrients are in a particular food. Make sure that whatever guide you're referencing is telling you whether that is a cooked weight or whether that is a raw weight. And then when you're going and measuring that food, make sure that you're following the guide that you're referencing as to whether that reference is for cooked weight or raw weight. Guys, that is the answer to the question, do you weigh your food or should you weigh your food cooked or raw? Guys, if you've got a question that you want us to answer in the very next edition of MJQA, man, you got to comment to this video, you got to hashtag MJQA, and you may get your question answered in the very next edition of MJQA. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of MJQA and everything else in our YouTube channel. And guys, that is MJQA, and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com.